Module 4. Module 4 is all about the DMF, Drug Master File. Drug Master File, that is DMF. Let's see what is DMF. The Drug Master File is a submission of information to the FDA to permit the FDA to review this information in support of a third party submission without revealing the information to the third party. DMFs usually cover the chemistry, manufacturing and controls, that is CMC, of a component of a drug product like drug substance, excipient or a packaging material. Drug product information or non-CMC information may be filed in DMF. And a DMF is required to supply bulk materials in the United States, but the FDA does not require all manufacturers to submit a DMF. However, the information contained in a DMF may be used to support an IND, which is investigational new drug application, a new drug application, that is NDA, or an ANDA, that is abbreviated new drug application, or another DMF, an export application or related documents. Let's see about the differences between what is application and what is DMF. Application comes under regulatory status must be filed by the applicant. In DMF does not come under the regulatory status, it is not mandatory to file a DMF. Second is each application and its supplement are entered into a common database whereas the DMFs are entered into database as per their types. There are different types of DMFs. So both the application and the DMFs are entirely different. In this module, we will see the difference of master files in three territories: US, Europe and Canada. So this slide talks about the US DMF. What are the types of US DMFs? There are 5 types of DMFs. The most common being a type 2 DMF followed by type 3 DMF. Here you will ask why I have not included type 1. So it may please be noted that this type of DMF is no longer accepted by the FDA. What are type 2 DMFs? Type 2 DMFs, it includes drug substances, that is active pharmaceutical ingredients, intermediates and materials used in their preparation or a drug product. A type 2 DMF, the most common form, can also cover dosage forms drug manufactured under contract for another company which would file an ANDA. Type 3 DMFs are for packaging materials from bottles and caps to PVC resin used in their manufacture must be covered in a DMF or other FDA documents such as an NDA. Fourth is for excipients. Type 4 includes excipient, colorant, flavor, essence or material. DME excipients are chemically inactive substances such as starch or cellulose used to bind drug powder together so that it can be pressed into a tablet. Other examples like flavorings in children's drug, alcohol in liquids. And last is type 5. This is basically FDA accepted reference information that is not included in the other types of DMFs. So here it should be noted that the manufacturer of any material, be it API or the drug product, container closure components, etc., can choose to submit the information which is necessary for review directly to their customers for inclusion in the IND, NDA, ANDA or BLA supplements or amendments to these applications, these can be accomplished in whole or in part. The DMF is submitted in two parts, open part and closed part. The open part of the DMF that is shared, while the proprietary part, which is the closed part of the DMF. What is the regulatory basis of drug master files? Let's have a look. The submission of a DMF is not required by law or FDA regulation, but is only submitted at the discretion of the holder. Once submitted, a DMF is not approved or disapproved. The contents of the DMF are reviewed. They are reviewed only in connection with the review of an application such as IND, NDA, ANDA, or any of the supplement or amendments. Additionally, information will also get reviewed when IND sponsor, an applicant for an ANDA, ANDA, or another DMF holder incorporates material in the DMF by reference. If FDA reviewers find deficiencies in the information provided in the DMF, a letter describing the deficiencies is sent to the DMF holder. FDA will also notify the person who relies on the information in the deficient DMF that additional information is needed in the supporting DMF. Say, if we have submitted an ANDA, for example, we have submitted an ANDA and FDA reviewers find any deficiencies in the DMF, it will issue a letter including all the deficiencies to the DMF folder. It will send the letter to the DMF folder. It will also notify the deficiencies to the product manufacturer that the DMF is deficient. Let's see the comparison of DMFs of USA, Europe and Canada. The first parameter is health authority. In US, it is US FDA, that is United States Food and Drug Administration. In Europe, it is EMA, that is European Medicines Agency. And in Canada, it is Health Canada. Then comes to the types of DMF. In USA, there are 4 types of DMF. Type 1 is discontinued, phased out. So, type 2 is for drug substance intermediate and materials used in their preparation or drug product. Type 3 is for packaging material. Type 4 is for excipient, colorant, flavor, essence or material used in their preparation. Type 5, FDA accepted reference information. In Europe, we call it as Active Substance Master File, that is ASMF. And in Canada, again there are 5 types of DMFs. First is Active Substance Master Files Type 1. Type 2 for Container Closure System Master Files. Type 3 is for Excipient Master Files. Type 4 is for Dosage Form Master Files. Type 5 is for Facility and Equipment Master Files. In comparison part, the next parameter is about the format and the fees. With respect to the format, all the territories use eCTD format for submission and the fees as per financial year 2022. You can have a look. For Europe, it is not required. Now comes to the contents of DMF. How do we submit the DMF to the respective agencies? Let's have a look. Basically, there are 5 modules. It is divided into 5 modules. The module 1 contains all the administrative documents. Module 2 is all about the summary of module 3 sections. Module 3 is about CMC part, that is chemistry, manufacturing and controls part. Module 4. This module is not necessary for DMFs unless non-clinical evaluations are included in the DMF. And module 5 should be submitted for clinical information only. such as in type 5 DMF. These are some important DMF requirements, like it has to be submitted in ECTD format, should be pre-assigned, the cover letter and complete administrative and technical information in the appropriate ECTD modules, as we have seen in the earlier slide, like module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5 information needs to be provided. Letter of authorization to be included. Letter of authorization to the authorized party should be included. So these are the basic requirements of any DMF submission. In previous slide, we have seen about the US DMF requirements. Now it is for EMA. It's for Europe. The content and format for DMF used in United States differs from that used in European countries to obtain marketing authorization. The ASMF holder may have an ASMF as well as Certificate of Suitability, that is CEP, issued by EDQM for a single active substance. Here European DMF is also divided into two parts, like applicant part, which is open part, and ASM restricted part, that is closed or confidential part. Open part contains all the required information, including an outline of the manufacturing method, and the confidential part includes confidential information of the manufacturing of active pharmaceutical ingredient, that is API. Now let's see European DMF filing system. What is the filing system in Europe? See, the applicant's part of the DMF is provided by the ASM, that is active substance manufacturer, to the applicant directly, and it becomes a part of the application for marketing authorization. Both the applicant part and the ASM restricted part of the DMF are submitted to the agency. The main objective of ASMF procedure, which was earlier also known as European Drug Master File EDMF procedure, is to allow valuable confidential intellectual property of the manufacturer of the active substance manufacturer to be protected, at the same time allowing the applicant or the marketing authorization holder to take full responsibility for the medicinal product and the quality control of the active substance. Let's see, the ASMF procedure can be used for the following active substances, including herbal and active substances. First is new active substances. Second is for existing active substances not included in the European Pharmacopoeia or the Pharmacopoeia of an EU member state. And pharmacopoeial active substances included in the PHEOR, that is European Pharmacopoeia, or in the Pharmacopoeia of an EU member state. These are the contents of the CTD. How do we submit the information? These are the sections. What are the sections, and what do we submit in applicant part and restricted part? You may please have a look. Now, master files for Health Canada. As we have seen in the previous slides, there are 5 types of master files which are submitted in Canada. It is also to be submitted in ECTD format. It also has two parts, applicant parts and restricted parts, that is closed and open part. Master files are filed no more than 1 year but no less than 2 months prior to the filing of a drug submission. Master files will only be reviewed in conjunction with an applicant's drug submission, and the official language of correspondence should be English or French. This is all about the regulatory requirements of Drug Master File. In USA, that is the regulated market, we follow ICH-CTD. In emerging markets like China, Brazil, and South Korea, we follow ICH-CTD, but in addition, we have to follow all the country-specific requirements. So this is about the regulatory requirements of Drug Master File. As a part of conclusion of this module, now we know that the quality of drug substance or active pharmaceutical ingredients plays an important role in the manufacturing of effective and safe drug products. Hence, the registration requirements for API should be provided completely in detail, and the approval of an API, that is Drug Master File, must be achieved with utmost care and confidentiality. DMF is a critical document which is used to support drug product application, and any changes in the approved DMF must be notified as it affects the drug product application as well. In this module, we have seen about what is DMF, what are the types of DMF, the regulatory requirements of DMF filing in different territories like US, Europe, and Canada. We have seen about the major requirements. Now, what comes the next? Next, we will see the organization of the common technical document for the registration of pharmaceuticals for human use. Best of luck.